There it goes.
Okay, but why don't I see any of you guys?
You should be able to.
All right, I went back. So we're good?
We're good.
Is it streaming? Okay, good.
Hi, Shannon.
All right, so I'm going to call the meeting to order. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Loretta. I'm going to call the meeting to order at 7:36.
Oh, Catherine, if you have the YouTube window open that opened, close it down. It's probably echoing.
Hold on. What's going on, Dan?
The YouTube screen is probably still open and it's echoing back on you.
So okay, how's that?
That
That
should
good?
be better. It'll
Sounds
take a
good
few
now.
seconds, but yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. My first time. Okay. So I called the meeting to order. Jillian's not here, so I'm just going to watch the YouTube meeting back and take the minutes from there. But I'll write down anything. And we have to approve the May 18th meeting. If somebody could make a motion. I sent those.
And make a motion to, Alex, go ahead, Alex.
You make it and I'll second it.
Okay.
Okay. And make a motion to approve the minutes from the May meeting.
Seconded.
You're a little delayed there, Anne Marie. It looks funny.
Oh, well,
Okay.
that's just my nature. I'm delayed.
No. It's like I hear you, but your mouth isn't moving. Okay. And then Loretta, treasurer's report.
Well, we do
Wait,
need to take
wait.
a vote.
Are you all in favor?
Aye.
All right, good. Unanimous. Public comment. I'll see if anyone's raising their hand. Right, Bridget?
Through the crowd.
Nobody?
Yeah, no, I don't see anything.
Okay, we're good. Sculpture, Pocket Park. Loretta, are you okay leading that discussion?
Okay, do you want to do the treasury report first?
Well, I'm going by the order of the agenda, if you don't mind.
I didn't print it out, so I don't know. Pocket Park, we met in early June, and our next meeting is on July 1st. We reviewed the results we had from the public input, and there seemed to be basically like 3 categories that people felt we should do something historic, or we should do something with people, and then people also preferred abstract over realistic. So it was all good input. We had about 13 people who came back and gave us information. From that, I guess amongst ourselves are kind of thinking more, we defined it more, we wanted to be a Connecticut artist. We wanted to look at artists who already had sculptures available, possibly, because there's a little sense of urgency that the town wants us to go ahead. They want to complete the project within the next year, and we haven't really gotten back to them with too many specifics, so we're trying to nail down what we're going to do. We don't want to go to people and ask them for donations if we don't know what we're doing and things like that. So right now there's one artist that's in Fairfield that we did enjoy looking at his things. He does have some artwork that's available for sale, or he's also still actively producing pieces of work. There is Carmel was going to contact a curator at a art storage facility to see if there's anybody there who's selling different things, or if he knew of any leads of people who would be interested in creating something for us. I haven't heard back from Carmel how that contact went. So when we meet on July 1st, we're going to try to fine tune our needs a little bit more. We know we want something with height and width. We didn't want, because it's a big space, kind of something that was small and maybe just two children sitting on a bench might be too insignificant for the space. We needed something that had more volume that people would notice when they drove by. I guess there are still some grants that are available in Connecticut for this type of project. Jillian is more the expert. Maybe Bridget, you may
Yeah,
but it seemed like there was, once we started, there was like a time frame that we needed to do the
Right.
funding in.
mhm.
You got to be ready to go.
And there are some national grants too that we could apply for that we're eligible for, including the National Endowment for the Arts, Our Town grant. But the only thing with that is, and we'll have to discuss this more next week, is that you have to partner with a nonprofit. But Jillian suggested even like the Town Center for Business District, Business Group. So there's some other more national grants that we are eligible for as a town.
Oh, good.
Why
But
can't we
those deadlines-
partner with the FOA? Are they nonprofit?
I think we can. I didn't know if that was, we and Jillian kind of talked about it, but we weren't sure if that's something that we can, but that would be the easiest.
It
Yeah,
would be the easiest, even if they,
Mhm.
I mean, they definitely could give us guidance too, because they've done it before, so.
Yeah, so there are other grants. There are some that just aren't giving as much money like this, and there's some issues with the Sustainable Connecticut grant. But there are different grants that we can look into.
Okay.
good.
And then in addition to these grants, we did discuss the possibilities of having smaller fundraisers with a specific guest list that we feel would be more apt to give a sizable donation.
Mhm.
It's kind of on hold right now, but it was more just having a smaller group meeting to approach these people and ask them if they would be able to contribute to the project.
Mhm.
At that point, we would need to know what we were doing, who we were doing it with, maybe have
Have
the
an artist picked out.
but there still may be some one-on-one contact with people. We're working on getting a letter possibly out to a specific group.
Mhm.
And then also there's going to be other fundraisers, which the entire community can participate in, even if kids come and we have a jar and we're collecting their pennies or something, just so
Mhm.
everyone feels as if they've had a chance to participate in it. But again, when we start this process, there's a window that we're going to have to start it and finish it. So we have to have a plan for what we're going to do, and it's going to have to happen. And we have to, Carmel had offered her home, and then she had some reservations, which is fine. So we're just trying to work out to see if there's a different avenue that we can
Mhm.
still contact the individuals and have the same result.
Good.
The one that's in New Fairfield, is that abstract?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And did you remember Sue Slater? I'm getting an echo back. Anyway,
Yes, Sue did give us a lead on a contact, but they were up in Western Massachusetts. They
Okay.
weren't in Connecticut.
yeah. So do we know any Connecticut artists who do people that are reasonable or not yet?
Not yet. No.
Okay. All right. So I do like that idea too, but anyway.
No.
So we should all still be looking to give this committee more to go by.
And the type of sculptures has a very broad range. Some people will say that, oh, we just put a sculpture in and we paid $250,000 for it. We're not it's not like that's not our, we don't want to reach for the stars, but we're trying to be a little bit more realistic, and we're
Yeah.
thinking we,
Please.
you know,
Yeah, like 40,000, 35,000, something like that.
we're
Yep.
thinking more the $20,000 to $40,000 range. is
Okay.
Possibly
Good, good.
obtainable within the time limit given.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
That's good
and
progress.
we're meeting next, the July 1st. It was supposed to be at Carmel's house, but I'll still confirm that. If anybody would like to join us, you're more than welcome.
So beyond the committee can join you.
Yes.
Yes, so then just hit once you do know the time, just make sure we all know in case other people want it.
I can email the whole group.
Thank you.
But just, keep in mind, we have made certain strides.
Of course, and it's not like we're gonna jump in,
We
right.
don't want to go back to step one.
yes.
So you have to give us
No,
the
you've
credit
done,
for what
you've
we've
done a lot of good work.
So,
Thank you.
It's just to listen in, like,
okay. Yeah, we love to have people's opinions and stuff, but we can't backtrack it
Nope.
too much.
No.
Gotcha.
No intent.
We have to push forward.
Push forward, onward and upward.
Yes.
All right. So we good with that conversation? Anyone want to add more? I'm good. So now it's treasurer.
Okay. So as of right now, our balance unavailable is $2,091.14. The last two requests for reimbursement were to pay the $500 to the Playhouse, the Brookfield Theater, and $207 for signage that would update our signs that we had from last year. If anybody has anything else, the June 30th is the end date. So we would need to do any additional spend if we needed something by June 30th.
Oh, so this would be a good time. Shannon, can you talk about, did you do any researching on the painting the rocks and all that?
I did. So I looked, and I still have the paint left over from when we had done it at the block party last time. But it looks like even if I had to buy new paint, that it would be less expensive to purchase like the little like
Right.
cup things and put them in there. Because the ones that Sue had recommended at Michael's just seemed like I was buying basically a container of paint, like a big container of paint for each person with the amount that it was. So this way we would be able to give them like a certain amount of colors or whatever. And we could even put it like that we could purchase the colors and then say like, these are the colors that we have. You can request 5 colors. And then they can do that. Their paintbrushes, I was able to find a combination of both flat and round brushes, so that we could give them both kinds, that if they wanted to do like a full coverage or work with detail work or however they were going to be doing this, we could do that.
So in other words, you're buying like little kind of like vials, and then you're gonna fill them like little
They're
containers.
little tiny containers. Like I can run downstairs if you want, Catherine, to show you.
Comes with like a paint by number set.
It's okay.
Like all kind of attached.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
believe
like
you.
those little things. You don't have to go and get it.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
So yes, exactly like the paint by numbers. So they would get like that little like container. I still have all the rocks here, and by giving them 5 containers of color, that should be more than enough to cover their rock.
Would it put you on the spot too much to buy it by the end of June? I mean, okay, so try to do that. And so the motion that we did, that's enough? Did you figure out money wise? I think we said.
I didn't completely figure it out, but I will make sure that I look back on the minutes and keep it within that budget. I should be able to keep it within that budget, because that's what I was looking at.
Does
for
anyone
that.
have the minutes handy, what we said it was?
Hmm.
I just have
Was
the
it
agenda
at
on my screen.
200?
That
When
was
do we
from
get
the,
to painting these? When are they painting the rocks? Is there an event that's
To
scheduled?
So
do
no,
200 to
that they would pick them up
They would do it on their own time at home.
on their own time at home. So that this way we didn't have to worry about social distancing or anything like that. It would just be we would let them know that these kits are available and they're going to be, you know, ordering them and then pick them up from town hall. Like, you know, put your name in the window of your car, you drive by, we put the bag in there for you.
And then they come back to us with the rocks?
No.
How do we know if they completed their assignment?
it doesn't matter. I mean, we're gonna give them,
Post the picture on and tag our Facebook page.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And also, we're still doing it like Brookfield Rocks, right? I mean, we have to follow those rules. So they're not only, like, you're supposed to put Brookfield Rocks on the back or something and post it to Brookfield Rocks page, but they would also post it to us.
Yeah.
We do have to check with Brookfield Rocks, make sure they're okay with this.
Right.
They probably are because they let us
Yeah.
do this. Yeah.
$200 was approved for rock
That's
painting.
what I thought.
Okay. Does that sound okay? You want us to up it or are you okay?
I should be fine if I need to go over that amount. Is it all right if I just email like the group?
Let's
and
make a
say,
motion now. I'll make a motion that if Shannon has to spend 300, she can. Anybody want to second that?
Oh,
Gary, second, and all in favor?
aye,
Okay,
great.
Aye.
all right.
Okay.
As far as the rest of our budget, it's probably just gonna go back to the town and they understand that, you know, we didn't
Right.
spend it because of the film festival and we've talked about this, it does not carry over, but if we do have 2 film festivals, they will find the money for us.
Now, Catherine, you and I did have a little exchange about possibly spending something towards our fundraising. And I got
Oh,
the,
yeah.
that you weren't all in on that. But so that might come out of our next year's budget. If we do have a small fundraiser and we need to mail something to people, that paper cost or nominal cost would come out of next year's budget also.
Okay, what would you mail it on? Like, cause I also, this week, I just haven't been going out because I don't, like, I'm sure all of you are not going out much, but I do want to buy the, because we are going to have the film festival, I have to buy card stock for, by the way, we can just use the same tickets, right? Even though the dates are wrong, nobody cares, because I did all that work, so.
Yes.
But I need to buy card stock for the programs and things like that. So I can buy the paper you're talking about. So let's make a motion to,
Well, I'm not sure what type of paper we have. I don't know what paper you use. We were hoping that any invitation or request for funding would be on very nice paper. It's not going to be 8.5 by 11 paper folded up, and it's going to be in a proper envelope because we're trying. The initial push is going to be more for in anticipation of a higher donation. We're not doing a flyer and people's kids' backpacks to go home. So if we
Okay.
want, I don't know what type of stock you use. So
well, I guess it's okay to just wait till next year's budget. We never did get to talk, so I don't really know, because it sounded with Carmel's email that was not going to happen at this point.
yeah, Carmel was concerned with having 25, 30 people at her home and what everyone
enough.
uses the restroom. So maybe at her home isn't they? Maybe we may have to rent the lake house at the town beach. That's more set up for you used to be able to have 75 people there.
That lake house, you can only have 50 people attend because it's small.
Well, still, we weren't expecting 50 people. We were only
Okay.
Yeah, right.
5 or so.
But the other thing that we can think about is combining like making our October film festival as basically a fundraiser. You know, instead of proceeds, because we've already spent the money we already gave money for scholarship. So
Right.
maybe just this one time, the October one can be a fundraiser and we can, you know, we can talk about that.
That would be wonderful, but
Because people would already be there and spread out.
but our goal for these cocktail party fundraising is that we would walk away with $5,000 plus at one event.
Right.
So, I mean, the film festival in general usually gets like 3,000,
Right.
which is great. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with that, but we do still have to go this other angle, because if the town is only giving us $10,000 and these grants will only match the fundraising that we're doing,
Right.
we need another $10,000.
Yep.
So we can end up with $30,000 to have for a sculpture.
Right.
So it's not, I mean, having the proceeds from the film festival towards this sculpture project is wonderful, you know, but it's just, we have to do something beyond that. And I think that maybe it's just me, I'm out of the house every day. There's a whole lot of things going on outside our homes that people are just getting gradually more comfortable at. And
Yeah.
if you haven't ventured to Staples or something like that, it's just really, things are opening up and people are getting comfortable interacting with individuals. And
Yeah, I know. I'm going to ShopRite tomorrow. I'm excited. So let's make a motion. Let's make a motion. Woohoo! Let's make a motion that, and then Loretta, are you on vacation?
yes,
Could you still like email me though tomorrow?
yeah,
All right, so let's make a motion that we'll spend a certain amount of things that we know we would need for whatever fundraiser we're going to have, like paper plates and stuff like that. And if I can get it done this week, I will. Okay? So what do you think's a good amount for that?
and it's how much paper stock costs.
I'm sorry?
I have no idea how much paper stock, what the price is on paper.
Well, we get the ones that you mean paper plates and stuff like that?
No, I mean, we were printing a nice imitation and
Yeah, good quality paper.
I don't know what that costs. I have no idea. I never made that purchase before. You know, paper plates, I mean, I know we don't really have an event scheduled, so it's hard, but I know we will definitely be mailing something to people.
Oh, well, I could buy stamps.
We
Is that
would
what you
need the
mean?
stamps.
I could buy stamps.
Yeah, that's true.
So if I like,
And Richard, at our meeting, didn't you say that, I believe it was it Staples that had nice quality invitations that we could send out to people?
They do. They do. And then we talked about another printing place that was more
Right.
local.
Yeah,
I don't
know
Okay.
about local, or maybe you do,
Yeah.
Bridget, just if we.
And that was in New Milford,
I
I believe.
don't remember which one we talked about.
There's ones in New Milford and in
In
Brookfield.
Brookfield.
If it was a less of a corporate structure, but we should give it to more of a hometown business rather than.
Sure.
well, you know, like Lou and Andy have a printing business, and then there's Speedy Sign it looks like it's New Milford, but it's Brookfield.
Oh, yeah. that's
But
okay.
we can't pay for that right now because you don't have it designed. You know, I'm just talking about, so let's make a motion
Yeah,
that,
it's good.
Does the paper store sell paper?
No,
I
not
don't
what
know.
we would need.
I don't think so.
see, I'm not sure I would buy paper because I'm not really sure what you're talking about yet, but I could buy other stuff that we know we need. So you can just email me, like, let's make a motion, a general motion, I don't know, $300 or anything up to that we can buy this year, just because I'm really afraid next year to have 2 film festivals and a fundraiser,
Sure,
and
fine.
maybe 2 fundraisers.
So what is postage these days? 55 cents?
55 cents, yep.
Yeah, so even if we bought $100, if we spent $100 on stamps, that gives us 181 stamps. I mean, that's a lot. Maybe that's even too much.
Yeah, but they're forever. You can use them anytime.
Yeah.
I don't know how often we mail things, but maybe we're probably just doing a few thank you notes. So maybe we don't need $100 worth of stamps. Maybe
Yeah, you got
it's,
$50 worth of stamps and a couple of $100 worth of other stuff.
if you use $55 worth of stamps, we get 100 stamps. I mean,
Good, that's one sheet.
yeah.
Well, we
At
don't have to itemize. We don't have to itemize right
No,
now.
I mean, we're just trying to build up
Yeah.
a sensible number.
Right, but Loretta, you and maybe Bridget, or if you guys want to tell me what, I mean, I definitely can get to the post office and stuff like that. So let's just say it's $300 a good. We probably won't spend that much. We'll probably spend 100, but just to cover ourselves.
Any brainstorming we have.
Exactly. So, the 30th is coming up quickly. So, but I can submit it, like, say, if I buy it,
As long as it's dated in June.
Right.
You can
Okay,
give it
that's
to
fine.
me in August. I mean, as long as it's.
Okay, fine. So somebody make a motion, please.
I so move $300 for general expenditures towards future film festival needs.
I
Not film
second.
festival, not film festival, for
Not film
future
festival.
fundraising needs.
Thank you. Good idea. Future fundraising needs.
Okay, and Gary seconded. Thank you.
Okay, and then we'll talk, okay?
Yes.
All right, I lost my agenda.
Are we going to vote on it?
All in
Uh-oh.
favor? Thank you, Alex.
Just for
Opposed? Nobody
formality's
opposed.
sake, Carrie,
Unanimous, yes.
done.
Art exhibit, I don't think we need to say anymore unless anybody has, I mean, we're still on hold because the town hall's still not open. So everything's the same, okay?
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen the specific that it'll stay 6 weeks from when it's opened. So I'll notify the artists, the senior center artists. And if any of them have any problems, now that it's a little bit more open, they'd be able to collect their work as necessary. But at least I want to keep them in the picture of what's going to be happening.
Yeah, let them know, but, I thought we said that last time too, but the town hall's still not open officially.
Well, no, you'd have to make an appointment. But
Right,
if
so
somebody
that
is
doesn't
desperate-
count. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We don't start the 6 week clock yet.
right.
But if somebody is desperate to get their piece
Sure.
and it's been 3 months, that
Of
can happen.
course,
Okay.
of course. Yeah,
that's
so
fine.
check with, yeah, and then
Yep.
we'll go from there.
We have a new outdoor art exhibit.
Did you?
You do.
Where?
Host disabled participant screen sharing. Dan.
Catherine or Shannon, since you're host, go down to where it says share screen and click that little arrow at the top
Oh.
right corner.
I got you.
And then if you click on there, say all participants can share.
Yes.
All right, Gary, go ahead and try.
Thanks.
I told Dan, we're not gonna be doing any screen sharing. Oh, cool, yeah, this is
Where is
from,
it?
Oh, wow.
Where's that from?
So in our yard, in our woods.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we got all the rocks at O&G, and
Huh.
these are all rocks put into the ground.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I feel like an idiot, but I didn't know those were rocks. I just thought you kind of painted it.
No,
That's amazing.
They're all, God, there's hundreds of them, thousands.
and that's a drone view. That's why
Yeah.
you see the leaves up above.
Very nice.
So are you using it for meditation?
Yeah, just chilling out, Actually, Barb always wanted it, so
Oh, nice. Good.
stop share.
Is there a special name for that style? Or-
It's a labyrinth. It's actually based on it's I forgot the
Spiral
exact
Steady?
name, but it's a Hindu thing. But the only difference is that one is not a perfect circle, and we wanted to do a perfect circle. So that's why there's one spot that's has to be a little bit narrower than the others, just a little, so it can make it into the circle. But it's a labyrinth, not a maze where there are wrong ways to go.
Yeah, no, I understand. It's beautiful.
Thanks.
Did you see the text from, I think, Marion? She's looking for the
Yeah,
password.
I'm doing it right now. I'm forwarding.
So if anyone ever wants to go, it's you park down by our boat and just walk into the woods. There's a path that leads right to it.
Yeah, we might take a walk down.
Yeah.
Okay.
The biggest
Oh,
problem is
cool.
keeping all the weeds off it.
Yeah. So I don't know if people, because I was looking at that text, when you get to the center, you have to go through the spiral, right? You don't cut over the,
No cheating.
no cheating. That's part of the whole thing.
That's right.
Right. That's part of the Zen.
That's right.
That's so cool. Thanks for sharing.
Sure.
All right, now I lost my screen because I said that. Keep your eye out if Marion comes to join again. Let me get this agenda. Okay, so I don't think we have anything to discuss about the film festival.
No, same as last time.
Yeah, Lou is very, very optimistic, so that's good.
Good.
I think our next meeting, we might know more, but definitely by August. So by August, we should start talking details. And now that it's summer for me, I'll start working on the program. My reservation on doing that is that I'm going to write the whole program, which takes a long time. And then you research and you figure out what are cute little things to put in there. And then if we don't have it, I will be very upset. But I'll start it. I'll start
Right,
it.
but I think you should plan for what I'm seeing, because we had this big thing planned for the Emlyn Theater that got in Mamaroneck that got pushed till October. And even in October, they're talking about an 800-seat theater allowing 60 participants in
Wow.
at a time.
Wow.
Is that a percentage of what's there, or they're just saying there's 60 only? Because like ours, if it's a percentage, ours only has seats for like 130. So if they say you can only have a third of it or a quarter of it, then that's not many people.
Right. I don't know the exact thing, but it was, you have to skip an aisle. You can't have two right behind one another. It has to be two, and, a certain amount of seats apart unless you're a group. And that's New York, though, so they may be more stringent, but I have a feeling this is going to be sticking with us for a while.
Yeah, that's something, but Lou would advise us on what their
Right.
restrictions are.
Right, and I think Lou will know more, and plus I'm on the Master Chorale. She's been doing Zoom meetings, about arts and stuff, and we're getting things from the Cultural Art Alliance, so we'll know more next meeting, or definitely by August. So, but as we said, we're not going to do it up big like food and all that, so it'll be very different. But we do have good films, so that's good. Let's see.
And Catherine, for the film festival, you have to decide whether you want to refilm that little segment that Fred filmed you, kind of bringing the last commercial up to date. Do you want to keep that, or do you want to make it more current as we go into October?
Yeah, we'll have to change it because, we talked about, at least my segment will change. We can
Yes.
keep everything else, but my segment was talking about the block party and stuff like that, and that didn't happen.
Okay.
So we'll just redo mine.
Maybe in September we'll.
Yeah. Once we know. But remember, if we do the film festival, it's right at the beginning of October. So
Yep.
don't be
On my
thinking we have.
calendar.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
don't
maybe in August, I'll bring it up again, that we should.
Yeah.
You could just replace Barbara's name with Bridget's name. They both have blonde hair.
Oh, I didn't think of that because Barb's not in the. Barb's not
Yeah,
in it anymore.
she
It
said she
doesn't
was-
matter.
She said
Huh?
she would volunteer for the film festival anyway, so.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're almost done. Scholarship, I wrote on the agenda, Max Chauso. So no Marion, right? Somehow my thing got, Bridget, you're
Yeah.
looking for Marion, right?
Yeah, she hasn't come in yet.
Okay. Max Chauso, Alex, why don't you talk about it? Because you were part of everything.
Yeah, we had several applications. Was it 4 eventually?
It was a bunch. It was
A
some.
bunch.
Yeah.
And with that panel, including representatives from the FOA and from our group, the decision was, I think, a fairly definite one for this guy from Worcester School. They're Brookfield residents. He's got a range of talents. He submitted his portfolio more in visual arts, but in fact, he's a very accomplished pianist. He's planning to go to Skidmore and I guess visual arts, fine arts. I don't know if I'm quoting the major quite accurately, but a talented guy.
Yeah, I think they're changing the major. So at this point, the major that he's going to get is not their Master of Fine Arts or something like that, but it's going to be, by the time he's there, changed. And
So-
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, so that decision was, I think, pretty definite one. It wasn't like there was quite a bit of discussion about whether, in principle, we should be giving just one award rather than, as in, I think, 1 or 2 recent years, splitting it. The sentiment was that one award of a larger amount is more appropriate. There wasn't any argument this year that really it should be split. So it went to Max, and it was presented officially at the Hunter's residence in Brookfield with a suitable giant check. And I think, Catherine, you got some photos, and
I did get photos. Did I send everybody the photos? No, right? I just sent the press release.
yeah, I saw the photos, but that may have just been the way it came from whoever, Mary or Joanne, who
Right.
had them.
Well, I sent the photos to Jillian so we could put it on the Facebook page and website. But then
Good.
I realized now that you're saying that I didn't send to all of you guys, so I'll send that out tomorrow or tonight.
Good, and when it appears eventually on the website, that's fine. A quite lengthy press release was created, and I don't know who it was sent to, but I haven't seen it appear in the local press yet.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was successfully done.
And we'll go right into the Poet Laureate, because that was chosen also, if you don't mind continuing.
Sure. Well, I'd sent all of you a brief update about 10 days ago. This was an initiative that started with Yvonne Chech at the library. And let's see, we had 3 applicants in the end, I believe. So quite a bit of discussion, a number of people involved. I was the only representative from the Arts Commission. There were a couple from the library, a couple of other local people with various credentials. So the guy that was chosen is this fellow, Tyler Kuhn, who goes under the pen name Atom Rush. And that's not Adam like Adam and Eve, that's atom like atomic energy. So he's quite a personality. He's a poet. He's done a lot of poetry events. He's in his mid-40s. And of course, a Brookfield resident. That was part of the qualifications. So he has been advised of the selection. He's gone through the background check process that's necessary for anybody in a municipal capacity. And Yvonne is going to take his appointment through the Board of Selectmen when they meet in the first week in July, and then it will become official. Quite a bit of the discussion was what sort of activities somebody taking on that role would envisage during this COVID-19 period. And he had various ideas. I'm not going to try to get into any of those now, but quite imaginative about what could be done with current restrictions and what he would eventually want to do once restrictions are lifted. So I think a lot of energy, a lot of creative horsepower there, and we look forward to seeing the results.
Great. Thank you. And thanks for being on those selection committees. That's a lot of time and work, so I appreciate that. Okay, so I contacted Steve Dunn about the sidewalk chalk, making sure that they're okay us having it, and he thinks it's a great idea. So a couple things we would do a little differently is if they use any of our chalk, they take it home. So that's
Yeah.
good. Most kids come with their own chalk, you know? So I told Steve we would definitely be spreading it out.
Mhm.
We don't usually have a lot of people, so I think that won't be an issue, but we'll still say first come, first serve, right? Shannon, is that how we do it, or do people reserve a spot? Do you remember?
So we haven't really had like a lot of people that would respond. So yes, we've done it first come, first serve. We tried to do reservations, but mostly just people just show up. So
Okay.
there's spaces, and I think that we could, in reality, like stagger them. And then, you know, as people finish, if like more people came, then they could go in the spots in between.
That's a
Yeah.
good idea.
Well,
You
there's
could do
lots
it
of
like a
sidewalk.
2-day, you could do a 2-day thing, something like that.
But there's lots of sidewalk, and each of those panels feels like they're about 6 feet.
Right.
So, you know, you could
Yeah,
spread.
Yes, but that's a great idea because usually people work on it for like an hour and then they leave. And if somebody comes then, they can work in between. That's a great idea.
Yeah. That's
So we'll just say, I don't know, maybe on the flyer we'll say, well, actually, I did say to him late July, so I guess I better get going on the flyer. I didn't decide the date for sure. But we do have to talk about that because who could help? It would be again a Friday night. They're doing the excuse me, they're doing the hold on. They're doing the farmers market soon. They started already, right?
Yeah, they
Last
started that.
Friday. Hmm.
Is it? I heard it is not on the grounds, but it's what, on the corner there?
Well,
Did
yeah,
anyone
yes,
go?
if it's where it used to be, it's on that entry corner.
No, I heard it's moved. I think it's
Oh.
on the, Anne Marie, do you know? I think it's on the property that we
No.
bought next to the.
I know I saw signs posted in about, and
Well,
I saw
anyway.
it on Facebook.
Whatever. Haven't seen it yet.
We try to do it the same time as that. It might not, yeah, because people, I don't know. So, we'll shoot for late July. It would be a Friday afternoon.
Hmm.
I don't have a date, so I'm just saying.
I'm available on Fridays.
Yeah, you are, and I am. So when I know the date, I'll ask, and whoever else can help. Jillian is usually there. Shannon's usually there. Okay. So, but that was
Not
good.
that Not that this matters, but in case you want to tie it in, we're supposed to, weather permitting, of course, play the park on Friday, the 31st of July.
Oh, in the chat, Dan just said that the farmer's market was moved to behind the senior center where the house was knocked down about 2 years ago.
Right. That's where I heard it was doing. Thanks, Dan. So, but I assume though people are still going to be parking in town hall and walking over, because otherwise where would they park? I don't think they can park in the police department. So I think we're still good. I mean, and it's not like many people come from the market. There was some parking on the grass, but a few did park in our lot. Okay. So I don't think we have to worry too much about that, because it's not like everyone came over from the farmer's market to look at our things. And once we do have it, we'll advertise it so people can swing by and look at the art before it gets rained on.
July 31st, I will not be available though.
What?
If July 31st is a Friday, I will not be available.
Okay, so that's when yours is, Gary? That's when your concert is?
Correct.
Okay. All right, it'll probably be the week before anyway. Okay? 'Cause-
Okay.
All right. Because we all want to, although it would be good to do it the same night as Gary, and then we could all go to, anyway. I will let you know when the day we pick, okay? Any other discussion on sidewalk chalk? I think we have plenty of chalk, right, Shannon, don't you think?
Hold on, am I on mute? No, I'm not on mute. I think Jillian has the chalk.
No, it's in the town hall. It's in
Oh, so
town
that-
hall, but yeah, we're fine with chalk, I
Okay.
think, yeah. maybe not a lot of that expensive chalk, but I think
But
enough.
yeah.
Maybe I'll buy a little bit more of that. But you already made a motion that I can do some buying, so, from last time. All right, any other new stuff?
No, thank you.
We're good. Our next one is July 27th. So if the, why are we doing July for the sidewalk chalk again, not August? Remind me. So we can do August if we have to, right?
Sure,
All
we
right,
can do
we'll
what we
decide.
like.
Okay. All right. I will
No
get back.
one's going anywhere this summer. Everyone's
I
going to
know.
be in town.
That's why I'm just like, like August might be good. People are ready for things, but July might be good too. So we'll decide. All right. Well, enjoy your vacation, Loretta.
Thank you.
And
Where are you, Loretta?
Roxbury, New York, part of the Catskills.
Oh, okay, it looks
Oh,
really
nice.
rustic. Looks great.
That's the ever popular cabin that Rachel talks about.
Yes, this is
Oh.
this is the guest cottage, which
It looks
Rachel's
great.
upstairs. And
Cool.
the
Very nice.
regular house is over 100 yards from me. First of all, there's a bulldozer outside my window. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, that's so cool. Thanks for sharing.
You over there.
Oh, you're gonna have fun. Enjoy.
We had
Enjoy the
we had
peace
some
and-
company, so they were sitting on the porch. And I said, okay, I'll come to the guest cottage and have my meeting.
Nice. Well, thanks for taking time out of your vacation. All right.
I go back to the deck and have my drink.
I think it's a wrap. It's 8:23. And without exception, we will end the meeting. And I'm going to end the YouTube, right, Dan? Is Dan still around?
Yep, and it actually ends automatically when you hit end meeting. But
Okay,
looks like
got it.
Alex may have something first.
No, I'm just saying goodbye
Bye.
to everybody.
Enjoy,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye,
Stay cool.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later.